All right, today I'm going to be demonstrating the process of getting set up and started with Liquid. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through creating a data set, adding some questions to the data set, adding collaborators, inviting collaborators, and actually building charts and seeing the data populate in from your team. So the first step is to actually come up to create data set from your dashboard page. This is where you'll be taken when you first sign in. So we'll click Create Dataset. And the only thing a dataset really needs is a name. So you can say my dataset about water in Cincinnati. And then you have the option to leave this as public or uncheck this and it will be a private dataset. So we'll click Create. And you're immediately, for the new data set, you're immediately taken to the form editor where we'll add a couple questions just to demonstrate what this looks like. So my first question is the site number. So whenever one of the people on my team goes out, I want them to record what site that they're at. So we're recording at a few different sites. I want this to be required. All right, so you can see the field here, and if I need to edit it, I can click on the edit, or I can just double click on it to make it editable. I can add a new question, and my new question is pH. So I want everyone who's recording data for me to fill out a pH at these different sites that we've designated. And as you probably know, the minimum value for a pH is 1 and the max is 14. So it'll actually prevent anyone from being able to submit values outside of that range. And we also want this field to be required. All right, so now my form is ready, and to make the form live, I need to click Save Changes. And once I click that, my data set's now ready, my form is ready, and what I need to do next is invite the people on my team. So I'll go over to Collaborators, and I will search for my team member, Jacob, and I will add him as full access so that he can contribute data and see the data. And I'll add him as a collaborator. Now, if the people on your team aren't currently on Liquid, or if they don't have user accounts yet, you can send them an email invite. And when they get that invite and they sign up, they'll be immediately added to the data set that you've invited them to. So what we want to do next is actually chart any responses that come in. So we'll go over to Charts, and we'll add a chart. And I'm interested in how my pH changes over time at different sites. So I'm going to plot changes over time of pH, and I want a separate series for each site number so that I can see how they change at different sites. And I'll add that chart. As you can see, my teammate has already started adding data, and we can see the chart update as he continues to add data. And we'll just watch it for another minute. All right, see another one? All right, that seems like a little bit of a high value, so I'm going to click here, and this will take me directly to the response that he submitted. And I'm just going to make a comment that says, that seems a little high. Are you sure about that pH value? So when I comment, he'll be alerted on his screen with this little bell up here in the top right corner, so that he can verify or validate that that was the correct response. Okay, so I see that it's actually not the right number, and so he will be correcting that value. You can see the value is now changed down to 4.9 as he made the correction. And in the history section, we can see that Jacob edited the data 1 minute ago. And by clicking on details, we can view the change that was made. So we can say Jacob on March 27th changed the pH value from 8.9 to 4.9. And this way you have a full log of any changes that happen to your data after it's been collected. The last thing is that you can export your data anytime by clicking on Export, and this will bring all of your data that you've collected into a CSV file that you can use in Excel or import into another analysis tool if you need to. Also, if you need offline data collection, you can go to the dashboard page, and then down here at the bottom there is a link for our Android app that allows you to collect data while offline, so that in regions where you don't have a data collection or data connection, you can still submit data. All right, that's all for getting started. Thanks.